Good evening, friends. I am Satyam Kumar, and this is our presentation session. And my topic is chemical reaction. So our life is full of reaction. You see different types of things in your life, which changes many things. There are many changes in your life. That's all about these chemistry topics, like chemical reaction. Generally, the person not a student not like chemistry because it is so messy, and we have to remember many things, and there is lots of exception in chemistry. So many students not like chemistry, but I want to tell you that chemistry is a very good topic, good subject, which make you a scientist if you study it in a very good way. So there is a topic of chemical reaction in the chemistry. Many of the students not like to read this chapter because this topic is very messy. So I want to make it a simple topic, and I want to tell you about that what is chemical reaction. Like the changes you see in your daily life, this is all about the chemical reaction. And uh, like how to identify a chemical reaction. If you are seeing that substance is changing its color, its shape or size, or it is liberating gases, or there is a formation of precipitate, so this all are the identification of chemical reaction. And a chemical reaction is seen in our life, and when you write the chemical reaction with the help of symbols, this is known as the chemical equation, which we write and study in the chemical reaction chapter. So I have tell you about that what is chemical reaction. So what are the components of the chemical reaction? There are mainly two components. First is the reactants, and second is the product. Reactants are the uh, substance which take participate in the chemical reaction, and the product it is that substance which we got in the end of the reaction. uh, there is a main topic which we have to learn to know our life, that is type of chemical reaction. So because of many things like different types of properties, the reactions are divided into many parts. Many types are there. So the first and the common one which a child learn, that is a combination reaction. When there is two or more reactants and we got one product, this is known as the combination reaction, and it's too simple. Like take an example of, there is a reactant calcium, and there is some another reactant which react with each other and form one product. this is co- this is called the combination reaction. And thing is uh, the second is the endogenic and exogenic reactions. uh, the endo the endothermic reactions, sorry for my mistake, the endothermic reactions are that reaction in which there is loss of heat, like we have to give heat for making a reaction in that. This is called the endothermic reaction. And if we talk about the exothermic reaction, it is that reaction which give us heat, that we get a profit of heat. So this type of reaction is known as the exothermic reaction. And the main and the complicated one is the displacement reaction. All the students take it like a it is so messy about that, and we can't do anything with it. So I just want to make it easy for you, and And I want to tell you about this reaction. So the displacement means the change of position. So there is also the change of position in that reaction. Like there is two reactant and their product is inversed. Like I am giving you example that we have taken example that we have zinc in other side at one reactant, and we have other reactant H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid, and the reaction is inverse. Like there is ZnSO4 in the product and we get hydrogen in the form of gas. So this is called the displacement reaction. And in displacement reaction, there is double displacement reaction.
5 minute cross. All cancelled after 5 minutes. I will speak only for 5 minutes. Yes, that's the right position. Start.
Good evening all. I am Nitish. We all know that today is our presentation session, and I am going to present on the topic of population, a problem or opportunity. India's population is a problem because our population is directly impact the environment. India has 2.4% of world's total land mass and 4% of fresh water resource, which is shared among 16% of total world population, which very difficult to distribute equally among the population. When we talk about the provide basic facility to population, we end up burning coal for electricity product and produce more and more food without spending so much money by abusing chemical fertilizer, by which our country is badly polluted throughout. You all surprised by listening that around 40% of rural population can't get a drinking water. But growing population also boosts the economy. India middle class is a aspirant class, and their aim is to better the standard of living. India population is youth and dynamic. They love to spend money, but at the same time they also save money. They invest their money productively. And the investment made by them push our GDP. That's why the middle class population of our country is known as engine of growth. But friends, can we say that growth in GDP calculate the growth in country? When you saw that country, Bhutan, they doesn't calculate GDP since 1970. Instead of that, they calculate gross national happiness. In Bhutan, Bhutan has no beggar and homeless people. That's because they have a small population, which helps them to make a productive solution for their citizens. But there is a silver line for India because population growth rate is decline. The UN said that UN defined TFR, which means total fertility rate, as his total live birth per woman. And UN said that if a country, the population of country start getting stabilized, if a country get the number their TFR is 2.1, which means every woman has average 2 children. And talking about our India, we are now around 2.2, which means we are very close to 2.1. But what if the number we fall below the number 2.1? It's create a social economic problem, which we generally know. We all know that in the life expectation of humans gradually increasing. Generally, people retire at the age of 60. Let's take example. If a person retire at the age of 30 and live for at the age of 90, they have after retirement they have no rarely any source of income. Either they depend on pension or their children. We all know that the country China is number one in population. That's led them to introduce a one child policy. But in 2015, they changed their policy from one child policy to two child policy. That is because their working population get declined day to day, and the dependent population get increased steadily. When we talk about population, it is a very thin line. If balance of population get vaccinated each of other side, either it get impact the environment or either it impact the economy. A very famous episode of Panchayat. In one episode, a government officer had to paint the wall with a slogan which said that दो बच्चे मीठी खीर उससे ज़्यादा बावसी. But the people, despite of the slogan, when you saw the slogan, people more focus on the piles instead of they not focus on the message given on population control. They only focus why they talk about piles. I think the specific episode was very much better description of population problem in our country. Now,
Thank you.
Good evening everyone, my name is Sweta Salvi and today's presentation session and my topic is cell. So, cell is known as the structural and functional unit of life because everybody have the cell. So, cell is a structure. All the body is made up of cells, so it gives a structure to a body. So that's why it is known as the structural unit of life and functional. So all the life process, or we can say that all the function performed in the cell like digestion, etc. So cell are of two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So prokaryotic are those type of cell which contain primitive nucleus and the bacteria are present in this type of cell. And second one is eukaryotic cell. In this advanced nucleus is present. So in eukaryotic cell they are divided into two types, plant cell and animal cell. So plant cell means it present in plant, and animal cell it means it will be in the animal. So plant cell is containing cell wall in it and animal cell have no cell wall. The outermost boundary of animal cell is cell membrane, and the plastids are present in plant cell, and plastids are not present in animal cell. So or chromosome are present in both cell, and so there are many differences in between plant cell and animal cell, uh, the group of cell containing having a single origin and single function is known as tissue. So tissue are of two types, plant tissue and animal tissue. So I will discuss only plant tissue in this presentation. Plant tissue are of two types, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue have the dividing capacity. They are like they start dividing and they stop at a certain time. When they stop, they are further known as the permanent tissue. So meristematic tissue are of two types. The meristematic tissue are of three types: apical, intercalary, and lateral. Apical meristematic tissue is present on the tip of the growing part of the plant, like uh, uh, like a stem is growing on the plant body. Then there will be the apical meristematic tissue. So that's why it help in the growth of the plant and in it help in the growth of the plant vertically. And second one is the intercalary. It present in the nodes and internodes of the plant, and uh, it help the plant in the growth. And third one is the lateral lateral meristematic tissue, which is present in the lateral side of the plant, and it helps in the uh, growth in plant breadth wise. And the after that the permanent tissue. So permanent tissue are those tissue which have lost their dividing capacity, and they have in that the photosynthesis occur and they store foods. And permanent tissue are of permanent tissue are of three types: uh, collenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ayush, and I'm here to tell you about scientific prowess of ancient India. Apart from philosophy, religion, and politics, the ancient Indians have done progress in the field of mathematics, science, medicine, Ayurveda, and yoga. So one by one, let's discuss about the scientists and their achievement in their respective fields. Starting from mathematics and astronomy. You will be surprised to know that the ancient Indians were very highly qualified, and they used to do a lot of mathematics which we use in the modern world. But they didn't got that recognition as their Western counterpart get. This is because of the inadequate documents and because of lack of communication. For example, we all know about a famous Greek philosopher Euclid, but nobody's know some of the famous scholars like Bhaskaracharya or these people. So today we will talk about first of all we will talk about the ancient Indians who have done miracles in astronomy and mathematics. So the first name that come to our mind is Buddhian. He was a very famous astronomer and mathematician. He was the one who first calculated the value of pi. And he has also given theorem which is related to Pythagoras theorem. And it is somehow similar to Pythagoras theorem, but it was given even before Pythagoras. Another scientist is Aryabhat, as we all know about him. He was a great astronomer, mathematician, astrologer, as well as physicist. And he also independently calculated the value of pi. And one of the most notable work of him was that he invented zero, and that helped him in taking out the distance measurement between Earth and Moon. He also given the concept of uh, centrism. That means that Earth is revolving, and Earth and other planets are revolving all around the sun. He also given the explanation for lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. He uh, he wrote a book named Arya Bhattacharya in 5th century, in which he talked about the famous mathematical concepts and theorems. After Aryabhatta, another scientist was Bhaskaracharya. He was the one who wrote a book in which he talked about planets, arithmetics, algebra, and all other kind of mathematical masterpieces. Another great mathematician uh, uh, Brahmanan, who also applied the concept of zero in mathematical calculations, and he also used properly the use of mathematics, which is similar to how we calculate it today. Apart from mathematics and astronomy, we have also done a lot of progress in science. And talking about science, the first name that comes to our mind is of Kannad. Kannad was a very renowned scientist, a renowned physicist, astronomer. He was the one who gave the theory of atomic structure if 2600 years before Dalton. And he was very famous. He got that name because of that theory. Another scientist was Nagarjun. He was a renowned scientist in chemistry. He was famous in alchemy, and because of him, we are now able to make gold jewelries, which are not gold but which are gold plated. So he gave the concept of gold plating and all of these stuffs. Apart from physics and chemistry, we are not far behind medical science. Many scientists like Akriya Rishi and Charak, these are the people who have done a lot of miracles in medical science. These people were famous for Ayurveda. They are the prominent figure in Ayurveda. And another scientist, which I cannot recall his name, but he was also very famous for surgery, and yes, and he was famous for plastic surgeries and cataract surgery. Ancient Indians know that diseases are not only spread, they can also come because of unhealthy lifestyles. So, to get rid of this disease, Patanjali, a great figure, that is a name which comes when we talk about precautions and all these things, maintaining good habits. So he was the one who introduced yoga. Now yoga is all famous all around the world. We all practice yoga, and it is great. Thank you.
Hello guys, I am Saksham Kumar and I am going to tell about the soil. The soil first get formed after the erosion of the primary rocks that get formed by the coming of lavas from the volcano. That's why we are knowing about what is actually the soil. The soil plays an important role in our day-to-day life. And in India, all the population, about 75% of our population, depend on agriculture. And agriculture can be done on only the soil. The soil formation. Firstly, there where the no any soil, there are only the crust. And gradually, when the number of lava get increase in the inside the earth, then it get extract on the surface, and then after that the erosion agents make them into the soil, and after a long period of time the soil made, and then after the life also begin. And the soil 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 is, you can say, the form of sediments, because earlier the sediments not yet collected and made the sedimentary rocks. That's why the rock get possible at that time. And first I'm going to tell about the plateaus. First, the plateaus get made by the basic nature of the lava. Because of that, the many minerals and the black soil that made by the plateaus are formed. They are much more fertile, and because of that they are also known as the cotton soil, because the cotton grow in the black soil and the alluvial soil. It from the mountains, because the rivers who come from the mountain with a high speed, they erode the land and decompose their minerals and the soil at the plains, and that's why they called the alluvial soil, and these are much fertile, and that's why the agriculture is possible on this. And I'm going to say about the red soil. It gets formed by the erosion of gneiss rock, and these are in red in color, orange and yellow also. And this this consists the aluminum, calcium, lime, phosphorus, and humus also. And now the last soil, but not in the least, the alluvial soil. This is a soil which that originate at near the heavy rain area, and there the presence of humus is so less, but the presence of iron is so high. And these are the called the lightrite soil, and there the spices grows that, and it is also a big reason for the coming of East India Company in our country. And now I am going to tell about the soil profile. The soil are broadly classified on the basis of their layer in four parts. First, the top soil, where the humus are present, and mostly the plants get stopped there, and their root also. And then after the sub subsoil, in this it is also known as the B horizon, and in this area there is the less humus, and it is not much important. And in the third, the C horizon, there are the our groundwater get stored, and from that we are, by the pumping of the water, we get the water, and which is useful for us to drink. That's why our life is also on the soil. And the bedrock from the crust get started, and from that the lava come. And in the ocean there is less amount of soil, you can say there is no any soil. And because of the soil, there are the change in altitudes. If there is the plateau, they are bigger than the plain land, and if there are the mountain, they are more largest. And these are the things from my side on the soil. Thank you.
My name is Aniket Kumar, and today I'm going to recite a beautiful story. Once upon a time, there was a farmer. He was sitting on a rock beside his farm. He was just admiring the beauty of nature before him. When looking here and there, he saw an abundant egg. It was an eagle's egg. So he grabbed the egg, and then he could find no signals of his mother or any of his siblings. And so he feared for the little eagle inside the egg. So he laid the nest inside one of his hen's nest, and after a few days, the egg hatched, and out came a little eagle. But every hen inside the farm looked after it as it was a little chicken. The farmer also looked after him as it was a hen. And the eagle also did the same thing as other hens in the farm did. He pecked around the farm and scrambled for the grains. He ran inside the farm when it rained. He never looked up because every other hens never did so. So it was all like he was an eagle, but he acted like he was a hen because he really didn't know that he was an eagle. And as the time passed, he grew older and older. And one day, when it got old enough, he decided to lift his head up in the sky. He decided to look what is there in the sky. And what he saw was a very beautiful sight. He saw a sun half covered with clouds. He saw a rainbow with 7 colors. But the most attracting thing for him was an eagle. The eagle was soaring high in the sky, as if it was the leader of the sky, as if it was the king of the sky. Seeing this, the eagle said to itself, "I wish I was born an eagle." You see, we all are eagles. You are an eagle. But what we don't know is that we can do that thing. We all say, "I wish I was an Elon Musk." We all say, "I wish I was a Bill Gates. I wish I was a Sundar Pichai. I wish I was a successful person." But here's the thing. You are what you want to be. So just imagine that eagle once spread his wings. Eagle once practiced to use his wings correctly. He would have lived his dream life. You should also go and live your dreams, because there is no right time. Now is the time. If you wait for the right time to come, the time will come and pass away. You won't even notice it. And the time will pass slowly and gradually. You will just be left with your shattered dreams, with your regrets. So you should live your dreams now. And if you don't, you will just filled with regrets. You will just realize that you could live your dream life. You could have been successful, but you didn't because you decided to live as the other hens, as the other people around you. So live your dreams, you will be successful. Thank you. Now I'd like to hand over my mic to my next speaker, Mr. Dhananjay.
Very Very warm good evening, gentlemen and ladies. So this is our presentation session, and I'm going to talk about the health and safety, why it is important, and I'm going to talk about the general hierarchy of the risk controlling, which is related to the health and safety field. Firstly, I start with this session with a quote. A solid health and safety program ensures that the worker returns home in same condition they left in. It's very true. Because in a world, 2 million people injured every day, or we can say that like in every hour, like 1 lakh people injured due to the health and safety occupation. Agriculture, industry, fishery. This industry is the highly hazard field where the people working. So firstly, I'm going to explain the few terms, then I will go to explain the other things. So first is the word is the safety. When we listen the word safety, it means we are talking about something where the like disease or viruses should be missed out. If there is the missing of those things, it means we are talking about the health. Second, safety. There should be the missing of the injury, because if the injury is there, safety is not be there. So this is the proportional to the each other. Third thing is welfare. Access of the basic facilities like common room, bathroom, like breakfast room, or I can say where the worker can eat food properly and like use the basic amenities. So this is the welfare. So what is the basic or the why the companies ensure the like this health and safety? Three reasons. First is the moral, second is the legal, and third is the financial. I'm going to explain the first two. So first is the like we talk about the like moral. What is the moral? As a human, we have a duty to be ensure the safety of the other person or other co-workers. Like society, for example, someone going from your work, someone from your home going outside for the work, and you think they got injured by their work. It's not accepted because they are working. Like employees should be ensured their the safety. So this is the morally unacceptable, and this is now it's a law in our judiciary where if the worker got injured, the judiciary have the compensate through the like insurance, medical facilities. These are the basic amenities available for those workers. Second thing, we talk about the financial reason. Why the financial reason is the most important and crumble reason for the industry. First thing, here we talk about the financial, it means we are talking about the indirect cost and direct cost. Direct cost is like visual cost, or we can measure through the few terms. First thing is like accident cost, like the waste material, or like the medical insurance cost, or like the product cost. So these are the cost, or even the plant damage cost. So these are the cost is the visual cost we can measure easily. Indirect cost is like an invisible monster because the even industry are not able to like measure this. Because why it's happened? First, reputation damage. If a company not have a poor management health poor health safety management system, or and unfortunately worker got injured on the regular basis, it shows about that particular industry have a like wrong work ethics in the terms of the health and safety. So it's badly damage the reputation. Even the public don't want to be the purchase the particular like company products, because it's like, okay, so someone is going in the company for the earning the livelihood, not going there to be like they can injured or like maybe the handicap. So this is the basic, or I can say the important reason of the financial. Here is the two more points is the uninsured and insured. Is like little bit too similar to that indirect and direct. Insured, like insurance company we know very well the things which is insured, like company equipments. Company equipments are the insured through the insurance company through the compliances. Uninsured is the more than the 8 times. It's like a you know the iceberg, or we can say the iceberg is the uninsured cost and iceberg tip is the insured cost. So this is like the monsters which we are not be able to see in this. So this is the basic difference between uninsured cost and insured cost. These are the 3 reasons. Now I am going to talk about the risk controlling or the general hierarchy of the control risk. Here is the 5 points. First is the elimination, second is the substitution, third is the third is the like engineering control, and fourth is administrative control, and last one is the PPE. So I am going to explain in a single line. Like elimination. If the things is the more dangerous, we should be eliminate through the other one. Second is the substitution. If the things is not be to be eliminated from the like totally from the site, we should be take the substitute to be the less harmful thing. Third is the engineering control. We should be use the guard like so many like engineering methods and the points to be control the particular thing. Like we know about the safeguard, to be put the safeguard and the use it. Fourth one is like fourth one is administrative control. Here we put the like hierarchy system, top to the bottom and bottom to the top. And last one is the PPE suit. PPE suit, which is I can say the like gloves, helmet, boots, and these kind of the things helpful for the worker for the suitable reason. Thank you. So next one is Mr. Aryan. Big hand for.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aryan Ankit, and today I am going to tell you about the social media influencer as a career. What you need to do to become a social media influencer, what are the requirements, what are the pros, and if there is some pros, there must be some cons. So we will discuss on that. What is social media? Social media is a free platform where you can post anything like YouTube, Instagram, YouTube and Instagram like this provides a free platform where you can post your talent and earn money. You must have you must know about Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber started his career as a YouTuber, and now he is one of the famous singer of this era. Like Justin Bieber, there are many examples. So, what you will have to do to become a social media influencer? You don't need anything. You need only a talent and a phone to start your career as a social media influencer. If you want to start your social media influencer, you must first be in which field you want to start your career. Like there is many things like vlogging. Many people are now doing blogging, sharing their personal life to everyone. And they are also earning money by that and becoming very famous day by day. So vlogging is one of the thing. Second, which gives the most money is live gaming. Many YouTubers are streaming live games. Many are also many channels are there where you can use your music, dance platforms. So there are many things. So like there is also many people are sharing, are teaching many things. So there we can do many things. So we should be particular about your skill and research about our competitor and be research about which field we are going. The second thing, we should be very patient. Out of 500 YouTube channel or say 1000, only one gets successful. No YouTube channel becomes successful. The second is we should be patient. Third is that you need a cell phone where we will start your recording and post on different platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and many TikTok, etc. From there, you can generate revenue. For example, for YouTube, minimum to get your channel monetized, you need 4,000 live hours of watching and 1,000 minimum subscribers. So after that, you can get your channel monetized. Many of the YouTubers, like you can say BVK Vines, Bhuvan Bam is one of the example that he started his career as a YouTuber and he is now working in a films. Harsh Veniwal and many other are there. So we can be inspired from that and start our channel and start earning in themselves. We are will be the self-employed in a YouTube or that platform. There are many cons also. There are many chances that you will fail in this field. So we should be patient and it is also a good field to start your career if you are skilled in a particular thing. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Here, this is Prerna Sinha. As today is our presentation session, so the topic that I decided today is arrival of Portuguese in India. So, as we know that India was very much rich in its heritage and culture, and it was also known as golden birds. So, on that time, India was also very much rich in its spice trade. So why spice trade? The arrival of Portuguese started that at early stage, Portuguese were not aware about the location and position of India. So they thought that while to go to India while traveling through water will be more easier, and we will reach India very much soon, and it will be more efficient. So Portuguese started traveling. So Portuguese started their journey while traveling through water, and they start their journey while traveling through Atlantic Ocean. So they felt that the first land that we will come across will be India. So while traveling through Atlantic Ocean, they landed on a part of North America, and they were very much happy when they land there. So they felt that they were very much happy because as I said that they were not aware about the location and position of India. So they felt that we have reached India, and they started celebrating. But after some time they feel that the environment that we were aware about India, that it was very much rich in spices trade, and it was very much rich in its environment. So they started feeling that the environment that we are feeling here, and the environment that we have heard is entirely different. They found that on that place they were entirely filled with tribals, and instead of they were coming to India while thinking that they will get spices from India, and they will carry spice to their country. But as I said that its environment was entirely different. So they made tribals, and instead of buying something from that place, they were getting harmed by tribals, and the tribals were providing harm to them. The tribals were starting snatching the goods from Portuguese, and they even started snatching their products. So they feel that we have reached the wrong place, and they return back to their country. Now they feel that we have followed the wrong path to travel India. So after a few time they decided to travel cover their path by land. So when they decided their next step was to travel through the land. So they started traveling. So they started their journey, and they started traveling through South Africa. They started traveling through Africa. So when they start their journey, they reached Sahara Desert, and they were not aware about the place where we are going. So they reached Sahara Desert, and when they reached there, it was very much hot, and its climate was not favorable for them to survive there. So as their all citizens were starting were having fever, they were getting ill, they were getting very much ill. So what they had to do, that they had to return that from that place also. So they returned back from Sahara Desert also. Now their next stay was a quite lower, quite below from Sahara Desert. So they started traveling. So they started traveling through Congo, and its climate was very much favorable. They found that that place was full of forests. So they feel that it must be good for us, and it must be favorable climate for us. So while traveling, they also meet on that place. They also meet tribals, and they were also harming them. there was a viral fever which were spreads in that place. So their citizens were getting ill there also. So they returned back from that Congo place. So now after that time they decided to after a few time they again decided to travel through water bodies. So after a few time after a few time they reached a Cape of Town. That place was and while traveling through Indian Ocean they finally found India. So it was all from my side.
So, good evening, guys. Myself Aditya in front of you, and today I am going to talk about a topic which seems to be familiar to me. The name of the topic is gym. I mean, each and every person in this room is aware about this thing, gym. So, let me introduce about the word gym. Gym is a place where people go for improving their physical fitness. Nowadays, each and every person of the world is obsessed with having a good physique, and they do dieting, exercising, and different kind of other stuffs in order to achieve their goals. The gym membership took increase after the pandemic period, in which people stays at home, eat a lot of bad stuffs, and which results in the accumulation of excessive fat in their body. And in order to burn those excessive fat, most of the people in the whole world took membership in gym. Going to the gym is a commitment that each and every people should take if they are really conscious about their health and their physical fitness. Now I am going to talk about some benefits of gym. The first one is it is not only beneficial for physical health, it also beneficial for your mental health. As we all know that in our country, most of the youths are suffering from depression, anxiety, and stress. And gym can act as a measure for these kind of problems. The second one, gym have several kind of machine which is used by the peoples for building muscles and for burning fat simultaneously in efficient and easy way. The third thing, that gym is very, very important for the health of your heart. It increases the blood circulation in your body, in your heart, which can result in good cardiovascular system of your body. The fourth benefit of gym is you can meet with different kind of personality, such as famous powerlifters, bodybuilders, and gym trainers who motivate you to do workout and encourage you to build a good physique. Now I'm going to talk about some essential thing that you should keep in your mind after doing gym. The first thing, that you must take appropriate amount of protein, because as we all know that protein is a muscle building nutrient. While after doing gym, your muscle tissue break into pieces, and that protein will help you to build the muscles, build the broken muscles. The second essential thing is you must take sleep of 7 to 9 hours. Sleep is very important for the muscle recovery. It is very important to cure the muscle soreness, to cure the muscle pain. The third thing, you must take bath with a cold water. Cold water is very essential for your muscle pain, for your muscle soreness, and it can also act as a good medium of muscle recovery element. The fourth thing, you must not do ego lifting. Ego lifting means when a person lift heavy weight just to satisfy his ego, and this results in severe injuries. The fifth essential thing is you must do exercise with proper posture. If you are not doing exercise with proper posture, it will result in injuries in joints, in nerves. It can result in pinching of nerve. It can result in muscle pain and different kind of other things. Now I am going to discuss about the types of exercises. The first one is cardio training. Cardio training refers to the training in which your heart rate increases to the target heart rate, where you can burn excessive calories and more fat. The example of cardio training is, the first one is swimming, the second one walking, the third one is running, and the fourth one is cycling. Now, the second thing is weight training. Weight training refers to the training which is designed for increasing the strength of your body. It involves lifting heavy weight to increase your strength, to build muscle, and to burn fat. There are different kinds of strength trainings techniques are there. The first one is bench press, the second one squats, deadlifts, lat pull down, and different kind of exercises are there. So at last I just want to advise you guys that please go to gym and make your physical and mental fitness up to the mark. If you want a bright future, then you must have a good physical and mental fitness. Thank you.
First of all, good evening to everyone. Today I am here to present a short speech in front of you on my topic is our motherland, India. We live in India. It is our motherland. It is situated in Asia. It is the second most population country in. It is the second most population country in the world, next to China, and it is a seventh rank in area, and it is a peninsula. It is surrounded by Bay of Bengal in east, and Arabian Sea in the west, and Indian Ocean in south. The Himalaya stand as a guard to its north. Indian soil is also fertilizer, and peoples of different grades, customs, colors, and hormone. In India, many places are attractive the tourism, like Jammu and Kashmir and Amritsar, and in India many historical places like Taj Mahal and Qutub Minar and Red Forest also, and in India, many peoples are farming and hardworking also. Thank you.
Once upon a time, United States former president Barack Obama said that we are the. No, it's not working. Yes, sorry for the interruption. Once upon a time, United States former President Barack Obama said that we are the first generation to experience the effect of climate change, and the last generation who can do something about it. So this is Ankit in front of you, and the topic that I'm going to speak about is saving soil. That how important soil is, and how 87% of terrestrial life depends upon it. You must have heard about this saving soil campaign, which is making headlines for quite some time. And there is this person called Sadhguru who is taking initiative, who is leading this campaign from the front. And recently he completed, 30,000 kilometer travel across 24 nations. So what it signifies that how important the soil is. I would like to explain you with an example that when World War II ended, around 1 to 12 million people died in that World War II tussle. And if I compare that war with the current scenario, that how soil is degrading today and how it is taking toll on human life. Because see, today any responsible scientist, if you ask any responsible scientist all across the world, they will say that we humans are going to produce 40% less food in 2045 than what we produce today. So 40% less food. What it means? It means that it is an estimate that in 6 months, 1.2 billion to 1.9 billion people will die if 40% less food production happens by the year 2045. And the world's population is going to become 9.1 billion. So population is booming. At the same time, we are not able to produce the food that we are producing today. 40% less food production. So then World War II will look like a pop-up that we see on the computer screens. 12 million people, and here it is 1.2 billion people that will die if we are not able to stop this from happening. Because the way soil is degrading, the way people are taking soil for granted, it is going to happen. It is bound to happen by the year 2045. So to take that initiative all across the world, Sadhguru has taken this Save Soil campaign, because he believes that when you are able to activate, this campaign is all about making people aware that how important soil is, and how 95% of the foods that humans consume comes from the soil. So if you are not able to save it, then definitely you are bound to extinct. Humans are bound to extinct in hundreds of years. So that is what it is our responsibility to give soil to the next generation the way we've got from the previous generation. So this campaign is all about that, to activate people to think about soil. Because if 65% of any country population is aware of this importance, that how important soil is, then definitely any government is going to chart a plan or take action to save that. And soil is not only important for humans, it is also important from other animals and other species, that is their life depends upon soil. And as far as other important facts regarding saving soil is concerned, today if I call you, life is not possible without soil. Life and soil go hand in hand. There is no life without soil, and there is no soil without life. Because in soil we see microorganism that is important for digesting our food. So there is a very complex situation when it comes to saving soil, and it is not only like India. If you see the Google map, you will see that if you compare it with couple of decades ago, then portions, you will see white portions on the map. It means that earlier it was a greenery, but now it is turning into sand. So what happens when there is no soil? It turns into sand, and this rate is increasing all across the world. It is not only in India, because if you see the way we cultivate, the fertilizers that we use today is taking toll on the health of the soil. If you see the nutrition in food, that is degrading significantly. For example, if you are having For example, if my dad, my father, when he was having food in 70s or 60s, one orange or one apple is enough, fine. But today, if you compare, to get same amount of nutrient, you have to consume 8 apples, because the nutrition has gone down, because of the microorganism in the soil has gone down. So if you are having the same number of food, but you are getting 1/8 micronutrition that you used to get, decades ago. So that is the degradation level, and it will continue. We are not going to take, the proper action, or to, mobilize people to think about it. So this is all about saving soil. You can Google it. You can go through the pages and all. You will get more information about it. So I would like to call next Nishant.
Okay, so good evening, guys. Today my topic will be cybercrime as well as cyber security, right? So what we're gonna talk about here is how this cybercrime started, right? When the technology was new, we had very less chances that anyone can hack your device, because that time we does not have internet connection on our devices. One of the first PC ever built, or the first device ever built, like on a phone which has no cellular connection, it has no threat to get to be a cyber crime, because the crimes which are done using internet or a server is known as cyber crime. So what we see here, there are three broad branches of cybercrime. First is individual, that is a threat to you. And second is property. It can be any property, bank, money, etc. And third is on government, that is on national level, that is we also call as terror, because most of the terrorists also, they use cyber web to hack or to damage a national property. Even the national security is in danger, because of few of the malwares, you can say, or few of the hackers who every day they are attacking our national security just to get any kind of information which can harm our country as well. So here we will talk about individual. What is individual cyber crime, or even we will talk about our cyber security, how we can prevent those cyber attacks. So first of all, in your devices, you have a lot of apps, right? Many apps grant many permission. Even if you download a simple app calculator, they will ask for your contact permission. So why we give them the contact permission? Your calculator has nothing to do with your contact, your image. So just think that if the app is working without on the basis of giving that particular permission, then you can easily install it without giving the permissions. So here you need to be aware about these things, because a lot of people, they just randomly give the permissions. There was a game called lot of game. TikTok was also an app which was stealing your data and sending to a particular organization. They were just having the record that what is the youth of this particular country is leading towards. Many of them were using TikTok. So they were just analyzing the data, that what this country future will be. Many of them were playing a particular game. So you will think that what they will do by knowing our future. It's a very big threat. They can know your mentality, that how you are, how you gonna be in the future, and it will be very easy to rule them. Like the geopolitics is also on a way, but here we are talking about individual privacy. So we guys need to be aware about it. So let's talk on property cyber crimes. Like what are the things which can lead to lose your property? Like if you have ever registered any kind of landmark or registered online on a government website, you need to be first of all you need to be clear that it is the governmental website and it should be official. Because if you like by mistake upload your papers on someone else's website, he or she might take your property website and upload it. The same thing, they will upload it by their name, and even if you have your own papers, but that property will belong to someone else because it has been registered by someone else's name. So these are the minor things, because many of us we are not aware about it, because we have not done any kind of work on even registering our own landmark or our own parental property. But you need to learn about it, because a few days ago I have seen a video on this basis, because a person who lost like worth of crores of landmark, even his land property was like, he was having the paper, but it was registered by some other's name. So he filed a case against the criminals, but still he lost, because he given his papers or the evidence to the particular criminal. So here we can talk about the property and how we can avoid it by watching like, if it is an official website or not. You can have many sources, because many sources tell us that if it's official. And about your individual security, you can also apply the firewall or the proxy on your network, even on your PC or any device, and keep your antivirus software updated regularly, every week we can say. So let's talk about the national threat in cybercrime. What is the national threat? There are many genius people who are sitting behind the server controlling our security. So recently there were news is that like a year ago there was a news that Pegasus virus, maybe you all have heard about it. It was like one of the most advanced viruses which just spread without clicking any link, without having any access. If you have the internet connection, I can send you that virus easily if I have the proper server in which you are connected with. So here we can say that it is very harmful for our country, because what if other enemy country take our data, that where are our nuclear missile or nuclear weapons are kept. So that would be a big threat, because many of the things which are uploaded on a particular server, I know they are not connected with the global internet, they have a particular satellite for it. But the thing is that there are many small data, but still it is important. If it is stolen by any third party member, they can very much harm our country. Even our national security will be in a big damage. So these three were the broad branches where we can say that the security level or the cybercrime level is at most. But what are the beginner levels, right? What, like for us, we comment on any particular thing, what crimes we are doing on the internet and we are not aware about it. If you are abusing someone on a comment or anywhere on Instagram, YouTube, but you are not aware that you are doing a very crucial crime that can lead you up to 6 years of a jail, because even if you are registered with a small cybercrime case like as harassment, then you will be sent to jail. But yeah, sure that we do not care. We just I have seen many people, they are fighting in the comment section and abusing to top level, that we are not even doing it in a real time world, because they think that they they are not showing their face, so they are secure. They are not. If any member who if any person who has a brain, and if he reports you, you will be in a big trouble. So that is kind of a case I would like to aware you about, that you need to take care of these little things, even about your privacy, when you are like as I have told, when you are installing any app, even if you are downloading any kind of movie, music, it is also piracy. I know case is not being registered, like many of us, even me, I download music, movies, I am doing a bad thing, but it is a cyber crime. So I would like to just conclude my topic here, that we need to take care about these little things so that we can avoid breaking the cyber laws. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good evening, everyone. I am Amar Log. Today is presentation session, and I chose a topic for presentation is Albert Einstein.
So we all know about the Albert Einstein because he is the greatest scientist of physics in 19th century. So let me explain the some information of Albert Einstein. He was born on 14 March 1879 in German city of ULM. In childhood, his mother the noticed the head of Einstein is the head of Einstein was large compared to other child because you can see the small childs have the small heads and the but compared to other childs Einstein is the large heads. So after that he was he was born. Einstein was there are there are some discovered and some give theory or you can say the first the theory like he gives a one theory for the form of theory this is the theory related to the mass and energy. You can say the equation in the E equal to mc square. And the second is the he can discover the nuclear bombs. But he was wrote a one letters from he was wrote a one letter of American presidents. In this letter, he wants in these times that was going on World War II because he was born these letters, but American president feel you can say the well because he was make already a nuclear bomb in private project and he was also dropped in its Japan in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. And you can talk about the childhood age of the Albert Einstein. Firstly, he was go on go on a school. You can see the in live in Munich, and he left the school because he was not he did not like the rule regulation of the school because he was liberty of the school. He was like to liberty of a school. He was live to freedom of the in a school and the so thank you.
Okay, good evening everybody. This is Rahul and today is presentation session and today I present the topic what is carbon neutrality and what is the benefit of this and how it can be achieved. So first if I talk about, we all know that carbon dioxide is the first causes of climate change and warming planet. So if I talk about the carbon neutrality, it's sometimes used to instant for the net zero. And the net zero is sometimes used the broadly same. It is increasingly by the companies, countries and organization. It is also having the commuting to the this type of thing they can absorb like carbon neutrality and the net zero carbon emission, and they can also reforestation, and this method is also increasingly by the scientists and the other reformers. And but the sometime environmental activities these are also continue to the pollution, and it is. And the question is that what is the benefit of this? So there are so many benefits of carbon neutrality like less air pollution and improve the air and impact of our climate change. And if we get the improved air, there are so many people who can breathe up not a fresh, they cannot breathe a fresh air. And if we take a improved our air, they can also take a fresh breath air. And the next is the how it can be achieved. So the carbon neutrality, it can be achieved by the reducing fossil fuels and investing our technology and other renewable source energy. These are also we can done by by our technology, and it is also achieving. And we can also see that there are so many countries and scientists, they can also research for these types of carbon neutrality. And it is also related to this pollution, it is also related to this topic. Not all types of pollution. If I talk about the only air pollution, if I talk about the air pollution is very increasingly day by day. If I talk about in Patna, the Patna metro construction is going on, and in this way pollution is very high, you can see. And the most thing is that our vehicle is also increasingly the pollution. You can see there are so many vehicle who can, all the types of vehicle, they can run on the petrol and diesel, and these are also polluted our environment. And in this way there are so many engineers, they can also upload the, you can say, the electric vehicles, and they cannot increasingly the pollution. So this is all.
So, good evening, guys. This is Neha Singh here, and today is the day of presentation, and I would like to give a brief information regarding rape. So, rape is a type of sexual assault and the other form of sexual intercourse, and usually involving a sexual penetrations carried out a person who always carried out against a person without that the person consent. Like in India, rape cases is increasing day by day. Now we can see that, like, what is the problem behind. Like the problem is that changing mentality, like a restricting where a girl goes on outside, like what she wear, what she eat, and also what she drink. So we are living this type of country, like, which is a covert society. We are living. So here the problem is not like we all are thinking always easier things. So the problem is when we think a easier things, so that does not work. So it is not helpful to us. So here the most of the problem is, like, if she is girl and she wear jeans and the top, she gets raped. If she wears sari and she gets raped, and the other, like, if she use burqas, she gets raped. So the problem is not with her dress, and also not with the dress. And if she is Hindu, she gets raped. If she is Muslim, she also gets raped. If she is Christian, she gets raped. So it's also not about her religion. It's all about a changing mentality of the people. Like in our society, like in India, like, what is called, like vulgar type of mentality is involved. So we can't go ahead, like, in very easy way to anywhere. So here I would like to say about in my topic, like, how to remove all these things. Like when we change our think, and when we like blaming, like, well, when we blaming to the victim, and we are not blaming to the rapist. So that is the problem. So firstly we need to take care about that in this situation. Like we should always stop that thing. And also we should make a strict action with that rapist, not that victim. Thank you so much.